Welcome to Antifa Hell. We'll be talking about downtown Portland today. As you can see, downtown Portland is choked by I-5 and I-405. To help situate you, the purple star is where we are tonight on the Central East Side, and the yellow star is where the conference is at the Hilton in downtown Portland. My colleagues, Emily, Cameron, and I wanted to investigate why Portland became the way it did, and we looked into the 1972 downtown plan to help understand how it came today and to look for inspiration into the future of downtown Portland.
Were you born by 1972?
1997. There are a lot of successes from the plan. As you can see here, Pioneer Square used to be a parking lot in our center of our city. Pioneer Square, it called for Pioneer Square, which is now Portland's living room and the center of our transit hub. It called for a transit mall on 5th and 6th Ave in Alder and Morrison. As you can see, we reallocated 4 lanes of cars to 2 lanes for transit, 1 lane for cars, and extended pedestrian use. We also got rid of the street parking. Parking is not the highest or the best use of public space, especially in downtown. Boo! The plan called for densifying downtown. You can see the Morrison Bridgehead here in 1972 and today. It did a very good job of that, but I still think there's a little too much surface parking. 50 years later, we were able to reclaim Bernardo. We created Bernardo with some of the best bike infrastructure in the city, but it still is a little, I feel that the waterfront is still a little disconnected from downtown.
There are a lot of things that were implemented from the plan, but there were also some things that maybe weren't that good of an idea. You know, Portland, it's a rainy city, so what did they think? Pedestrian walkways like Minneapolis? Come on, people, we can walk outside. And also, we meant to shout out our downtown walking tour that we had on Tuesday, so some of these things might look familiar. Another thing that sadly hasn't come to fruition yet was the reimagination of Union Station. Our rail gateway into the city is still a place where people come and go but don't stay. Luckily, we do have the Broadway master plan redevelopment of the USPS postal site that will hopefully make a difference in the area. And as previously mentioned, you know, parking was meant to be an interim use. It's not cohesive with the pedestrian core, yet if you see in purple in this map, there's still a lot of surface parking lots. They even went as far as saying we should phase out curbside parking all around Pioneer Square, which, I mean, I don't see why not.
The authors of the 1972 downtown plan realized something I know all of you do, and that's that downtown is not a place for cars to drive through. They proposed a series of car-free spaces in downtown to realize a pedestrianized environment where pedestrians are the design users, not people driving through. This was predicated on my favorite quote from the plan, that cars are noisy, smelly, and dangerous. Man, I wish I could write like that today. Now, this idea was novel-ish at the time. It's now been adopted in a bunch of cities all over the world, leapfrogging Portland's success in the arena. So we're going to focus the rest of this presentation on our idea to bring us into the modern era, with a project that we worked on while we were at Portland State University with our buddy Owen.
The 1972 plan called for a pedestrian way on 3rd Ave, all the way to the Halpern sequence, and it also called out this activity node between Keller Fountain and the Keller Auditorium. We didn't get that. Right now, this section of 3rd Ave is used as a turnaround spot for suburban commuters accessing one of the many urban highways in Portland. So our plan calls for closing off this section of 3rd Ave using removable bollards so that we can maintain ADA access to the theater, but also bring back the community to two of downtowns like Hottest Commodities, and also kind of connect the Halpern sequence further into the downtown core rather than being on the periphery.
Another one of our opportunity areas we like to call the Burnside Wedge. We got some great pedestrian activators in the area, like Powell's Books, I'm sure all of you have been to. We've also got some hotels in the area, and we've got the redevelopment of a park that used to be a parking lot And so we thought for this plan, we would hopefully piggyback on things that have already happened in the area. So as you can see in these images, these are things where we have taken cars out of the pedestrian space, and we have given more, outdoor dining to Jake's and more place to not have to stand on that terrible little corner waiting for your bus. Those who ride the 20, And so why not make it go further? So this is Harvey Milk. Right now there's the Portland Downtown Visitor Center that opened up there. So we propose closing it to cars almost completely, but maintaining access for the hotels in the area and basically just taking out the parking and putting places for people to sit and eat and read their book.
The planners in 1972 realized one of the key sticking points to ideas like this, and it's that our land use in some cases dictates direct vehicle access to our block faces. It's a bummer, but we've got parking garages, loading docks, and service and emergency vehicles that need to get places. So for our plan, we took a high-level look at all the blocks in downtown and where vehicle access was needed. The gaps are our opportunities. The Transit Mall is a great example. This is right in front of the Conference Hotel on 5th and 6th. Initially constructed as car-free, we added car lanes later, but 50 years down the line, we still don't have a really strong need for vehicle access to 18 blocks through the middle of downtown. Why not think about a higher and better use for that right-of-way? We can add a really generous pedestrian realm, or maybe even another block of food carts, if you think Portland needs them, right in front of Pioneer Square. It's really comforting to know these ideas aren't new. We've got a whole generation of planners and plans behind us that can back us up. Let's take these forward. We appreciate you listening to us today.